Hey folks, good morning. 8 a.m. on March 5th. But if the screen, the bottom of the screen, I like that. I got my 24 degrees. You're really going to remind me of that, Josh? That it's 24 degrees in LJ, Georgia? 8:01 this morning. Folks, I know, it's cold out there. We got to get through this week. Hopefully it warms up later in the week. It's cold up here in North Georgia. Let's tell folks how they can get in touch with the show. Right there on the bottom of the screen. That's our phone number, that's our email address, and all the ways to follow us on social media. Again, I'm your host, BKP. Now, I told you yesterday we would have 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock is going to be our Georgia State legislative discussion. The 2019 Georgia legislative session crossover day is Thursday. Now, what that means is the bills that the House of Representatives want to complete, where legislators have pre-filed or dropped bills here in the last week or two, the bills that they want to get closer to the governor's desk have to be done Thursday night by midnight and sent to the Senate, over to the Senate. Same goes for the Senate. All of the bills the senators in the state of Georgia have filed, and they want to hopefully get to the Governor Brian Kemp's desk. They have to get those done Thursday by midnight and get them over to the House of Representatives. It's called crossover day. After that, the Senate has to work on House bills, and the House has to work on Senate bills and try to come to a compromise. That's the end of the bill introducing process right there. Now the two chambers have to work on the bills they decided they wanted to move forward and hopefully get them to sine die. That's the last day of the session. So I told you today and tomorrow for crossover day, Thursday, we will be focusing. Sorry about that. Have my volume up here on the phone. Have to make sure that I turn that off. Apologize there. But Thursday, I told you today and tomorrow from 9 to 10, we will talk about Georgia legislative session. Now, I want to go. I know everybody's talking about this. We will put it up. Okay. Let's go with number 2. We talked about it yesterday. 5:01 this morning, right out of the gate. Jerry Nadler, chairman of the House Judiciary Committee, launched investigation into potential Trump abuse. Number 3, Chairman Nadler, our job is to protect the rule of law. Okay? Protect the rule of law. And number 4, I forgot. I don't know what I'm thinking about, Josh. Let me go back just a minute. At 9 o'clock for our Georgia legislative discussion, at 9 o'clock, we're going to have 2 guests today. At 9 o'clock, we're going to have D.A. King is going to be with us. We're going to be talking about some immigration issues here in Georgia with D.A. King. And at 9:30, we're going to have District 51 State Senator Steve Gooch with us. So State Senator Steve Gooch at 9:30 and D.A. King at 9 o'clock. House Democrats demand documents on Trump-Putin talks. They want all of the documents every time he's talked to Putin. All right? Number 5, on February 21st, 2019, we wrote a joint letter to you requesting basic information about whether the president, in fact, destroyed records related to his conversation with President Putin in violation of the Presidential Records Act, or if he did not, where those records where those records are currently located, White House failed to provide any response to our inquiry. As a result, we are now expanding our investigation. All right, so we talked about yesterday, okay, and let me go here. Here's just a couple. Number 11, they're requesting information. Now they're going to follow up with the subpoenas. They're requesting information right now. House Judiciary Committee's document request are going with Don Jr., Eric Trump, Kushner, Weiselberg, I can't spell her name, Jeff Sessions, Steve Bannon, Sean Spicer, Reince Priebus, Hope Hicks, KT McFarland, Julian Assange, they want him, yeah, Don McGahn, Jerome Corsi, Michael Cohen, Jay Sekulow. That's just a couple. Now here are the committees and here's the organizations they're going after. Number 12, House Judiciary Committee's document request. The Trump Organization, Trump Foundation, Trump Campaign, the White House, the Inaugural Committee, and the Trump Transition Team. You know, men, this is for, maybe, I don't know what they tell women, all right? For men. You remember the last time you went to the doctor? Maybe you don't go to the doctor like you should, but this is for men. And your doctor looked at you and said, when's the last time you had a colonoscopy? Huh? When's the last time they ran a camera up? Just saying. I'm telling you, and you know, you watch a movie, let me get to this, I'm not going to go through all of them, but it's funny, you watch a movie, and a movie rolls the credits, right? You know how you watch it? This morning, and if you're just joining us for the first time, I study the media. That's the biggest thing I study. Now, I do keep up with Georgia legislation and local things in my neighborhood, but as far as nationally, well, I guess I keep up with stuff, but I study what the media does with it and where they're going. They roll the credits. Now look at this. The way I'm going to put this, CNN rolled all the names. So let's go to number 16. House Dems launch sweeping probe. Oh yeah, probe, Jack. They are using the word probe. Sweeping probe of Trump demanding documents from more than 80 Trump associates. You see, like right there, Corey Lewandowski, David Pecker, the owner of National Enquirer, Don McGahn, Department of Justice, Donald J. Trump Jr., Donald Trump Jr. Now go to number 17. They rolled it like they're rolling credits. They did. CNN put this up. It had them all rolling. MSNBC, CNN, they're enjoying this. They're doing their part. Remember? I told you yesterday when Jerry Nadler said, we have to persuade the American people, okay? That was code for the media. Yes, the media doing their job. Their job now, they've been given their marching orders. Nadler gave the marching orders. Several of them have. But Sunday, he set the tone and said, we have to persuade the American people. That was a direct order to the deep state media. Here you go, Alan Weiselberg, American Media, Inc. And they're rolling it like credits. Number 18, Flynn Intel Group, George Nader, Hope Hicks, Jared Kushner, George Papadopoulos. Number 19, Michael Cohen, Michael Flynn Jr., Paul Erickson, Paul Manafort. Number 20, Steve Bannon, the White House, the Trump Campaign, Trump Foundation, Trump Organization. And number 21 is the end of the credits. When they're rolling the credits. Kushner Companies, National Rifle Association, Rick Gates. This is 81. Okay. 81. So number 23. CNN this morning. House Dems launch sweeping probe of president, demanding documents from more than 80 Trump associates. Number 24, Judiciary Committee may issue subpoenas and schedule hearings. Now, the first thing that happens, what happened yesterday? They sent the letters out. So you get the letter that we want these documents. These documents have already been out there. Here's the documents we want. We need you to provide these documents. You throw the letter in the trash. It gave you 10 days to respond or whatever, okay? You throw the letter in the trash. They're saying after that, they're going to follow up with subpoenas now saying you must provide the documents. So if you got one of these letters, one of these mass mailers from the Democrats saying, we want the documents, you can ignore it today. You just, okay, I got things to do. And then they're going to push subpoenas. As you can see right here, battle for evidence may escalate. They're going to push subpoenas out to try to push you to bring the documents in. Hand over the documents. Then they're going to subpoena to testify. And you're going to go in and say, I plead the fifth. This is going to go on all through the campaign. All through the campaign on a daily basis. This is going to go on. It's not going to stop, okay? Non-stop. So let me go over that. Let's go to number 35. Maxine saying, we've been sitting on go. 33. My bad. 33. Maxine Waters says, if you have been sitting out there on go, it's times, okay? It's time. For the faint of heart who's been waiting for every T to be crossed and every I to be dotted, now is the time to demonstrate your patriotism. Support impeachment. A lot of P's there. Impeachment, patriotism. Maxine said, if you've been sitting on go, it's time, baby. It's time to ramp it up. We got to go the distance, Maxine said. All right, we got a couple stories I want to do this morning. And I'm going to go on a break just a little early so I can set up another story. Don't forget our 9 o'clock hour for Georgia. But I want you to go to 37. Okay? And this is the anti-Semitic... Omar, is that her name? I'll figure it out. Ayan Omar or something, I forget. Representative, House Dems moved to vote condemning anti-Semitism amid outrage over Minnesota Rep. Ayan Omar knocking pro-Israel groups. Okay? I want you to always keep in mind every time you see this woman's head, this Muslim woman's head covered in Congress, there's an entire district in this country that thought she should be a representative. Or there was a majority of voters in a district in this country that thought that she should be in the House of Representatives. So yes, although it bothers me that that's where we've gotten to in this country, it also reminds me there's an entire district out there. Just saying. I'm your host, BKP. We're going to take a brief break because I want to come back and I want to talk about something because I know you folks know I'm pro-life, and I know the abortion, I'm going to say the abortion issue, just call it that, has really been on the front page for a lot of people in America, although MSNBC and ABC and CNN, they will not run it, but it is really something that is becoming a very, very big campaign issue for things that have taken place in New York and Virginia and what they want to do in Vermont. The national story that nobody is touching and nobody is running, I want to follow that up when we get back on abortion. Don't forget our 9 o'clock group, and yes, Republicans will say no in the Senate to President Donald Trump enacting an emergency, a national emergency for money for the border wall. What say you? I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. We'll be back right after these messages.